Hey everybody, I'm back with some NieR Replicant today. We are going to be continuing our playthrough, and I think we needed to make our way to the library. Be sure to give the video a like for me if you don't mind. That really helps support the video. That's one of the best ways you can do that. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. Let's go talk to Devila. Hope you're doing well today. Alright.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, not Devila. Popola, not Devila.
Oh,
My
hi.
bad, sorry.
I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be dream able? What is going on? Hold on. I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be dream able to get your advice, Dream, on the matter. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream evil, dream empty, dream cursed, dream evil, dream words, dream and dream someone dream. Sorry, I had to do that. Yeah.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Definitely.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest
I was
of
in our
Myth?
dream.
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will?
Sure.
But,
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
oh, well, all right. Thank you.
Cool. Actually, I wanted to look at... word edit, I think. Oh, you can only have one word on at a time? Equip best words. Oh, that's nice. Okay. That's actually quite convenient. Let's go to the Forest of Myth, or Village Forest of Myth. Forest Village of Myth. They're out this way, huh? Okay. Oh, hey, Kaine, I forgot you were here. Did the shades just kill the sheep? Yeah. Oh, look at that mountain. I don't know if I've ever noticed that mountain up there. Looks cool. Oh, material. Sorry. Okay, we're going up this way. I don't think we've been up here before. It's like a weird mark on the side of the mountain. You see that? Looks like someone hit it with a sword or something. Ooh. Cool. I love this little, like, cinematic filter they put on for these area cutscenes.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Let me just listen for a second. Beautiful. Mailbox. Okay. Hello.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words.
Huh.
Those who dream.
Are you hearing the music?
Those who dream?
It's crazy.
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind. It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
What is going on? It's like we're reading a book. The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Saturn and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Saturn's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
Speaking of being able to fall asleep, this would be a great song to relax to.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Saturn had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Saturn and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Am I the narrator? Am I being yelled at right now? Irritated, Weiss looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Saturn like a contagion. Wait, said Saturn suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into this head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Saturn's face suddenly lit up. I remember. Those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Saturn. That sounds right. As a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect the people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace across his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud. I can't do a Weiss impression. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Saturn nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, just ask. Now hold on. I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Saturn to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss... Oops, let me get my mouse cursor off the screen, sorry. Grimoire, sorry about that. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Saturn and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Saturn slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Saturn's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Saturn to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Saturn snapped. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Saturn leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Saturn slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice, what's going on? Saturn could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Saturn's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shock, 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 shock. Okay. Chicky, 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 chicky. Woo woo ma, woo woo ma. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Saturn began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1, with it is lacking. 2, with it is ideal. 3, with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then, I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Oh. Sounds like a seesaw to me. Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw. Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Reen, reen, wah. Reen, reen, wah. When Saturn came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Why my pages? Is this a riddle? What? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but... Am I going in a loop? What's going on? Then I leave it to you to answer. I'm losing my mind. How should I know? Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Rin rin wah, rin rin wah. Okay, I must be getting this wrong. Because we are going in a loop. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Saturn sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. I thought a seesaw made sense. It's a secret. You're right. The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Saturn like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Saturn moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Saturn after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of the forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Saturn picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sounds like moonlight to me. Absurdly easy. Now answer it. Saturn grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. Oh, I vanish at night. Okay. I thought it was I come out at night. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vi saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Saturn walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Saturn tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. End the night with 3. no idea. A man? The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Saturn. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking this seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Saturn watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Saturn and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Saturn's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Saturn withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Saturn filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Saturn cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Saturn and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? It is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired, since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour, or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Saturn shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and became trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Saturn and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in a short order, I'm sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that a tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Saturn and Vias could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Saturn mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Saturn tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Saturn gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Oh, okay. Dark execution. Oh, from the ground. Cool. Interesting.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Huh. Hopefully I did y'all proud with my reading. I actually have some interest in doing like, I think they make like visual novel games, right? I like reading stuff like that, so hopefully you enjoyed that because I liked doing it. I guess we go back to our village, huh? Look at all the music in this area. Through that whole story was beautiful. Very interesting. Wonder what all that really means.
So how was the village?
It was interesting.
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there. Get out of my way! I have to save Yona! Hey, it's a wild boar.
Have you
What?
the skill to hunt one of those down?
Oh, wow!
I don't know. They look pretty strong.
Huh? Oh, this thing is kicking my butt.
This is impossible!
I don't think I can take it down. Should I be trying? Ah! I don't know if I actually can take it down. Okay, I'm gonna die trying to take this thing out.
Let's go.
Okay, let's just get out of here. Ah, dodged. Where did it go? Whoa. Okay. Can I actually take this thing out? I don't know if I can. Not dying. There we go. He's got some HP. You must need that for like a side quest or something, I'm guessing. Oh. Oops. My bad.
I hate to ask, but can you not swim?
Clearly I cannot.
Don't tell Yona, okay?
Okay. That was just a little bit too much distance to make that jump. I wonder why sometimes when I go out in the field there's lyrics to the song and other times not. I don't know if it's like has to deal with like story events, or maybe my HP has to be at a certain level to get the lyrics, maybe? Okay. Alright.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
Let's go see how Yona's doing.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Oh.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Let's see how Yona's doing. Oh, we have mail. Dear Saturn, today was awesome. Popola made this huge cake that was really yummy, and everyone in the village has been wishing me happy birthday. It's fun. I feel like a princess or something. I don't feel sick at all today. In fact, I almost forgot I had this disease. So maybe you can forget about it too, and come back home now. Yona. Only it were that easy. She's gonna talk about stew, huh?
I'm I'm ready to make that stew anytime.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's save here. And I think this is a good stopping point for today. Sorry, I don't have as much time to record today, so this will be a little bit shorter episode, but hopefully you enjoyed. I really enjoyed this game because excuse me. I really enjoyed this game. I really like the amount of variety. I could see how maybe somebody might be thrown off by that, but yeah, I think it's kind of fun. It's like almost every area I go to, it just throws some sort of different gameplay element or something at me, which I think is really interesting. So, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you stopping by for this episode. Take care. We'll talk to y'all on the next one. See y'all.